Part 61. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 601. At this moment, Lin Ro next to her shouted loudly, "Master, run, he has no intention of letting us go, he wants to kill us all together. Bitch, if you dare to say one more word, I will slap you immediately and send you to death." "Dr. Right, you are really capable of threatening a woman." Chu Wei's voice was cold. "Haha, I'm not as compassionate as the new messenger. As long as he offends me, I will send him to death. I have just told you your path. Kneel down, kowtow and admit your mistake. I'm in a good mood, maybe I can let you live." "Chu Wei, you're such a piece of trash, why should I kneel down to you? I think you are kneeling down to me now. I am in a good mood. Maybe I can consider letting you, an old dog, live." The right protector was immediately furious, thinking that when the cow messenger arrived, he would either beg for mercy or give in. "I never expected that this cow messenger would still be so crazy after meeting him alone. Okay, it seems that I, the protector, have seldom used force outside in recent years. You, a little messenger, are not afraid of me anymore. Now I will let you know my terror." The right protector moved his right hand, and a big golden hand went directly towards Chu Wei. He had no ability to suppress his own strength now. A random grasp of the realm of the ultimate awakener, and a violent wind surged at the moment. "Xiao He, it's time for you to take action," Chu Wei said lightly. As soon as Chu Wei finished speaking, a black cloud immediately appeared above Chu Wei's head. The black cloud was more than 10 meters long. The strangest thing was that the black cloud had a huge mouth full of white fangs. It looks very ferocious. "You are pretending to be a ghost, do you think this protector will be afraid of you?" The right protector shouted and grabbed Chu Wei directly with his golden hand. Crack! However, as soon as he arrived in front of Chu Wei, the black cloud opened its mouth and its golden claws were eaten directly. "What are you talking about?" The right protector was shocked. "What's going to kill you?" "Xiao He eats him, but keeps his cell phone." "Okay, big brother," the childish voice of the little black dragon in the black cloud sounded, heading directly towards the right protector. "You really think that I am afraid of your pretense? I am the ultimate awakened person. How can I be afraid of you?" The right protector shouted. The golden hand opens the mountain. I saw the golden power in the right protector's body forming a huge golden hand. Not only was this golden hand shining with golden light, but it also had mysterious lines on it. This is a martial skill that is at least not weaker than the intermediate spirit level. Crack! But when this huge golden hand came into contact with the black cloud, it was eaten almost as easily as before. This time, the right protector's eyes almost fell out of his fright. I hit it with all my strength, but it was just gone. In his shocked eyes, the black cloud came in front of him, opened its mouth, and swallowed him in one bite. After a while, the right guardian's screams rang out from the black clouds. At the same time, a right protector's mobile phone spit out from the black cloud. "Isn't it good to be alive?" Chu Wei said coldly. At the same time, his hand sucked in the phone of the right protector. "There should be a lot of good things in this guy's cell phone," Chu Wei said to himself. "This right protector is a big shot in the Black Wing sect, and there must be many messengers giving him gifts. Master, it's great that you're okay." At this moment, a gentle figure suddenly jumped into Chu Wei's arms. It was Lin Ro. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 602. Chu Wei was slightly startled. Lin Ro immediately felt that she might be too excited. She let go of Chu Wei and said with a slight blush, "It was so good, I thought we were dead." At this moment, Lin Ro looked shy because she had hugged Chu Wei just now, but Chu Wei, who was careful, noticed the slap mark on Lin Ro's face. Then he said softly, Did that bastard hit you just now? Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Linro said in a low voice that people like them at the bottom of the Blackwing sect have no human rights at all, and it is normal to be beaten. Does it still hurt? Chu Wei stretched out his right hand and touched Linro's cheek. The mark on the palm was so red that one can imagine that the right protector's hand was very heavy at that time. Listening to Chu Wei's gentle words, Linro felt warm in her heart. No one had ever cared about her so much. Then he bit his lip and said, "It doesn't hurt anymore." But the tears of grievance flowed down all at once. Chu Wei had no choice but to immediately wipe away Linro's tears. Now that his right protector has been killed, the Blackwing sect will leave him sooner or later, but how will he arrange Linro? If she continues to stay in the Blackwing cult, she will definitely end up miserable. These days, he has seen many other beautiful women being abused by men in black robes. "Brother, there is a very powerful guy coming here quickly." The black cloud formed by the little black dragon suddenly floated next to Chu Wei and said. "A powerful guy, could he be the leader?" Chu Wei frowned. It was the right protector. It seemed that the leader must know that the right protector was dead. At this moment, Chu Wei saw that the sky in front of him suddenly darkened. At the same time, a strong wind formed by spiritual energy directly shook the woods in front of him wildly. Even the boulders in the stone forest next to him were moved back by the strong wind. What a strong spiritual pressure, Chu Wei frowned slightly. At the same time, he moved his hand and pulled Linro's delicate body behind him. Linro was just an ordinary person. The pressure of spiritual energy in this realm would be impossible if no one protected her. She would most likely be oppressed to death by this coercion. "Who are you? How dare you touch the protector of my Blackwing sect? Don't you think so little of my Black Cloud Deo?" The people from Heian hadn't arrived yet, but the sounds sounded in Chu Wei's ears like huge black thunder. After a while, a black dragon was seen coming from the sky. This black dragon was more than 10 meters long and menacing. It turned out to be a kind of martial arts formed by supernatural powers to attack Chu Wei and others. "Ouch!" the little black dragon roared. Although his voice was childish, it was powerful. It was seen that it sucked in the black cloud and spit it out, and a black dragon formed by the black cloud went directly towards the black dragon. Boom! With a loud noise, the black dragon hit the black dragon, and immediately made an earth-shattering sound. The loud noise of the impact seemed to make the entire earth tremble. This is a strong confrontation between the king's realm and the king's realm. Then the black dragon and the black dragon both disappeared in the collision. The little black dragon flashed and lay on Chu Wei's shoulder. It looked unconvinced. In the collision just now, the black dragon it transformed into was somewhat inferior to the enemy's black dragon. It's really unexpected that there is a strong man in the realm of King. A man in black robes with black wings on his back arrived in the sky and looked down at Chu Wei and others. However, Chu Wei and others were ignored by him, and his eyes only fell on the little black dragon on Chu Wei's shoulder. Is it a species that has returned to ancient times? It is actually in the realm of kings. It is truly a species favored by God, the man in black robe said coldly. Chu Wei looked at the man in black robe indifferently. This man's black robe was different from others. The sun and moon patterns on his body were all golden. At first glance, he had an extraordinary status. He must be the black-robed leader of the 5th level king realm. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shuxiang. Chapter 603. Have you ever beaten him, little black dragon? Chu Wei asked in a low voice. Yeah. Brother, it's a bit difficult, the little black dragon said a little frustrated. It was only at the 3rd level of the king, while the black-robed leader was at the 5th level. It's strange, I didn't expect that a species that has returned to the ancient king realm would actually listen to a person of low strength like you." The black-robed leader looked at Chu Wei. Although Chu Wei was wearing the same clothes as the Black Wing cult, he could tell at a glance that Chu Wei was definitely a fake. Moreover, the little black dragon actually called Chu his eldest brother just now, which really made him surprised and envious. Surprisingly, he really couldn't understand that an ancient species whose strength reached the realm of kings would actually follow a weak human being. On the other hand, what I envy is that this little black dragon is very powerful. If I were not 2 levels higher than him, if it were the same level, I might not be able to defeat it. If such an ancient species can be loyal to me, then I will undoubtedly have an excellent helper. When the time comes to compete with the Bai family for the King Soldier and Earth Explosion fruit of the Mutant Ape clan, they will definitely be able to provide themselves with huge help. Little Black Dragon, let's go. Chu Wei said softly that since he couldn't beat him, there was no need to stay and fight. He was still young and had been practicing for a year and a half. The black-robed leader must have been punished by him. Yeah. Let's go. The little black dragon spit out a black cloud again, swallowed Chu Wei and Lin Ro in one gulp, and then turned into a black cloud and headed directly into the distance. The moment the black cloud swallowed it, Lin Ro's body trembled, obviously very scared. Chu Wei patted her hand holding his and said softly, "Don't be afraid, the little black dragon won't hurt you." After hearing Chu Wei's words, Lin Ro let go of her fear. "The person who killed me wants to leave, where can I escape?" The black-robed leader shouted and chased after him. Although he wanted the little black dragon to become his helper, he knew that was impossible. He knew that this kind of ancient species had a proud character and would never listen to humans. At the same time, he was even more jealous of Chu Wei, and he didn't know what kind of bad luck this weak character who could be crushed to death by his fingers got such a black dragon. The black cloud formed by the little black dragon was in front, and the black-robed leader Heiandao was following closely behind. The aura of the two of them was strong and their speed was also fast. When they crossed the sky, they were like 2 streams of light, so fast. Chu Wei, who was in the black cloud, frowned slightly. This black cloud had been chasing him for a while, and he still chased him even if he couldn't catch up. In terms of speed, the little black dragon is no slower than him. It is impossible for Heiandao to kill a group of his own people. By the way, since you like chasing so much, then maybe I can give you an unexpected surprise. A smirk suddenly appeared at the corner of Chu Wei's mouth. At the same time, Chu Wei said softly, "Little black dragon, go to the forest below." "Okay, big brother." When the little black dragon drove the black cloud into the forest, Chu Wei took out a doll from the system space. This doll is exactly the clone doll obtained from the system's golden treasure chest last time. It depends on whether you can do it or not. Chu Wei directly let the little black dragon's claws hold the doll, and then activated the clone doll. Soon, a burst of light shone on the clone doll, and then the doll turned into the clone of the little black dragon, possessing its strength, but only for half an hour. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 604. Okay, little black dragon, let this doll turn into you. Fly forward with all your strength. Don't look back, but keep scolding the black-robed leader. Okay. Okay. The little black dragon never asked anything, and would only do what Chu Wei asked it to do. Soon, the doll clone also turned into a black cloud, and rushed into the sky from the forest. At the same time, he cursed loudly at the black cloud, "Ah! Ah! Old man, you chase me, you can catch up with me, I'll buy you some candy." The black cloud road not far away in the sky behind him immediately became furious. This kind of provocative voice like a baby is the most irritating. "You're such a reckless creature. You killed the people I taught and you still dare to provoke me like this. Let's see if I don't cut you all into pieces today. Hyundai directly chased the black cloud that the clone doll had transformed into. In the forest, there was still a black cloud quietly watching the black cloud fly past the sky. This guy was fooled, Chu Wei smiled lightly. The reason why Chu Wei used the clone doll was that it was of great use. He had been trying every possible means to get the black-robed leader to leave his treasure house. But I haven't been able to find a way. Now, this guy has chased the clone doll, and I will go to his lair with the little black dragon and wipe out his treasure house. Hey. Little black dragon, let's go. Go to the Blackwing sect headquarters. About half an hour later, Chu Wei arrived outside the Blackwing sect's treasure house with the little black dragon. In fact, Chu Wei and Xiao Hejiao had already arrived, but they waited until now to take action. Because the longer time goes by, the farther Hyundai will go from here chasing the clone doll. By the time he comes back, he and the little black dragon will have already run away. When the bodies of Chu Wei and the little black dragon fell in front of the treasure house, the old man in front of the treasure house immediately shouted, "It's you again. As I said last time, this is not a place for you to come. You are looking for death." After saying this, he directly formed a 30-meter-long sword with superpower, and fell from the sky towards Chu Wei. "You are looking for death." As soon as Chu Wei finished speaking, the little black dragon spit out black clouds and ate the big knife and the old man together in one breath. Boom! Then with a loud bang, the door of the treasure house was violently blasted open by the little black dragon. Who dare to break into the treasure house? They are really looking for death. The four elders, come together and kill them. Four old men in black robes came out from behind the gate. They were actually the four elders of the Blackwing sect whom Chu Wei had never seen before. It turns out that the reason why the four elders do not walk around outside is to protect this treasure house. Four elephants formation. With a loud shout, the four elders stood in four directions, east, south, west, and north, surrounding Chu Wei and the little black dragon. The green dragon is in the east. The elder standing in the east position had the power to transform into a huge green dragon. The green dragon was covered with scales and lifelike. A dragon roar came out of his mouth, fiercely facing Chu Wei and others. Suzaku is in the south. The body of the elder in the south transformed into a big fiery red bird. This bird had gorgeous superpowers and was covered in flames. The white tiger is in the west. The elder in the west position waved his hand, and a white tiger soared into the sky. The white tiger had two wings on its back and was majestic. Suanwu is in the north. The body of the elder in the northern position was shaken, and a Suanwu formed by supernatural powers also rose into the sky. Suanwu had the body of a turtle, but had a giant python on its tail. This is Suanwu. Four giant beasts formed by supernatural powers surrounded Chu Wei and the little black dragon, roaring. They were distributed in all directions around Chu Wei, forming a four-image formation that was unavoidable. If they could not break through this formation, Chu Wei and others would undoubtedly die. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Xu Xiangzike. Chapter 605. This formation is not weak. Chu Wei looked at the four giant beasts in the sky. As a formation master, Chu Wei could certainly see how powerful this formation was. Originally, these four elders were probably all at the level 1 level of the Ultimate Awakener. Even if they go together, they may only be able to defeat masters who are at the second level of the Ultimate Awakener at most. But after they used this formation, Chu Wei could feel that they might be enough to compete with people at level 4 of the Ultimate Awakener. This formation is too simple. Suffer death. The four elders shouted loudly and pointed down, and the four giant beasts in the sky headed directly towards Chu Wei and others. When the giant beast attacks, the green dragon whispers, the red bird chirps, the white tiger roars, and the basalt roars. This kind of power is enough to make any opponent who is 2 small realms above the liver and gallbladder burst into tears. It's a pity that your opponent is too powerful, Chu Wei said lightly. Then he saw the small black dragon on his shoulder spit out the black cloud, opened his big mouth, and the 4 giant beasts were swallowed up by the black cloud one after another. This is actually an ancient species that has returned to ancient times. The 4 elders standing on all sides were shocked. However, there was no time for them to be surprised. They saw the little black dragon move, override the black cloud, and swipe past them, eating all the 4 elders. Beaja! Beaja! Only the sound of chewing came from the black clouds. Then the black clouds dispersed, and the little black dragon's body returned to Chu Wei's shoulders. Brother, they are not delicious at all, they taste much worse than barbecue. Chu Wei was speechless. If these 4 elders heard that he was not as good as a barbecue, they didn't know if they would be angry and resurrected on the spot. Master, this little black dragon is too scary. Lin Ro, who was staying on Chu Wei's right, looked at the little black dragon on Chu Wei's left shoulder with some fear. This little guy was not big, but he ate 4 people in an instant. It's really scary stuff. Little black dragon, roar. Besides, I even ate you. When Lin Ro saw the little black dragon opening its mouth towards her, she was so frightened that she grabbed Chu Wei's arm tightly. Maybe because he was too scared, even his pretty face turned pale with fear. When Chu Wei saw it, he couldn't bear it. He patted Lin Ro's arm and said, "Don't be afraid, it's just to scare you." Then he turned to the little black dragon and shouted, "Don't scare this young lady in the future." "Yeah. I know." The little black dragon moved its body and flew to Lin Ro's shoulder with a whoosh. However, this almost scared the beauty Lin Ro to the point of fainting, but then the little black dragon stretched out its tongue and licked Lin Ro's cheek. Only then did Lin Ro feel that the little black dragon didn't seem to be attacking her, so she wasn't afraid anymore. And he reached out and touched the little black dragon's head, and the little black dragon licked Lin Ro's palm. "Master! It really doesn't bite." Lin Ro hugged the little black dragon to her chest as if she were holding a cute pet. However, only Chu Wei knew that this pet seemed harmless to humans and animals, but if it showed its power, it might not even be possible to massacre the entire city. After all, it is a dragon, a species in ancient mythology. He was in the realm of a king when he was born, and he trampled on the strength of many people under his feet. Go and see what treasures there are in this treasure house. Chu Wei led Xiao Hejiao and Lin Ro through a long corridor. At the end of the corridor, there was another huge steel door. The door has a palm print lock and a digital lock. But these were smashed to pieces in front of the little black dragon with just one tail. Chu Wei and others entered the treasure house and saw that it was a museum-like room with glass cabinets everywhere. Then the glass cabinets are filled with the same items, elixirs, weapons, exercises, and various exquisite collections. Those cabinets are arranged in strips. At a glance, there are dozens of cabinets spread across the treasure house. There are so many treasures that the eyes are dazzled. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God System becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 606. Wow! Chu Wei and others felt dazzled. It was as if they had entered a rich man's home. Chu Wei came to a glass cabinet and saw 3 fruits placed inside, all green in color, and the fruits as a whole were like flames. It's the emerald flame fruit that can enhance fire powers. Good stuff, I'm just looking for something like this to strengthen my fire power. Chu Wei directly broke the glass and collected all 3 fruits. Chu Wei did not take them immediately. He wanted to collect the things here first. After all, if Heiandao knew that he had been deceived, he would definitely rush back as soon as possible. This is a level 5 weapon. Chu Wei suddenly looked at a long sword in the glass. He saw that the sword was very wide, very huge, and had no blade. Just like a rectangular brick. But if someone can wield this giant sword, then its power must be huge. Box. After breaking the glass, Chu Wei put it away directly. Although I rarely use weapons now, if I sell this thing, it will definitely be worth a lot of spiritual jade coins. Then Chu Wei saw a lot of armor and other things in a cabinet next to him, all of which were about 4th to 5th level items. Chu Wei waved his hand and took them all away. Dip. Dip. Chu Wei's cell phone suddenly sounded an alarm. It turned out that there were too many items. The storage space of Chu Wei's cell phone was limited and he could not put more items in. But Chu Wei laughed, he couldn't put his mobile phone in it, but he could just install it all here in his own system space. Then Chu Wei continued to put the items inside into his own system space. Regardless of whether it was elixirs, exercises, or martial arts, no matter what level they were, Chu Wei took them all away, and even if he didn't use them, he could use them to exchange for spiritual jade coins later. The Ling jade coin is not only a general currency, it itself has spiritual energy. If you absorb enough spiritual energy from the Ling jade coin at one time, you can also advance. So for this kind of thing, Chu Wei will come and ask for as much as he wants. Not a single hair in this treasure house will be left to the Black Wing cult master today. Finally found you. Spirit fusion grass. Chu Wei was in a corner of the treasure house, looking at a golden plant in a golden glass. This plant has branches that are golden. This is spirit fusion grass, which can fuse 2 powers in a short time and has strong neutralizing properties. I wonder if there is anything in this world that can truly combine 2 powers. Will new powers appear in this way? An idea suddenly appeared in Chu Wei's mind. However, Chu Wei just thought about it casually, broke the glass, and carefully put away the spirit melting grass. With this thing, the only thing left to destroy the conferred god formation is to explode. Perhaps even Chu Wei himself had not thought that the idea of combining superpowers that came to him when he saw the spirit fusion grass today would set off a crazy superpower synthesis event in the vast universe. This incident made all races in the universe remember a man named Chu Wei. Because he's so crazy. Wow. Master, look, this bracelet is so beautiful. Lin Ro, who was next to Chu Wei, looked at a purple bracelet in a glass cabinet and said happily. Chu Wei took a look and saw that it was a 5th level bracelet that could release a shield. With 5th level equipment, I am afraid that as a second awakened person, I would need some means to break this shield. It would be difficult for other second awakened people to break this shield. Do you like it? Then I'll give it to you. Chu Wei took out the bracelet directly. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Xu Xiangzike. Chapter 607. Lin Ro's face changed drastically, and her beautiful head shook immediately. No, 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 the master's treasure is too valuable. I am just a servant. How can I want such a valuable thing? Although Lin Ro did not know the level of the bracelet in front of her, she knew that the things in the treasure house of the leader, even if she took one at random, were all priceless treasures in her eyes. Chu Wei was slightly stunned. He did not expect Lin Ro to react like this. Although Lin Ro was a great beauty, she was trained as a servant in the Black Wing sect, so they were actually inferior in their bones. What's so valuable about this? Just wear it. Besides, I didn't treat you as a servant. Chu Wei directly pulled Lin Ro's fair and slender palm and put the purple bracelet on her wrist. Lin Ro's wrist was fair, and after wearing this bracelet, it was really beautiful, and there was a kind of classical beauty. Thank you, Master. Lin Ro said in a low voice. Just now, Chu Wei pulled her hand, making her face red like an apple. At the same time, a strange feeling emerged in her heart. What's there to thank me for, Chu Wei shrugged indifferently. He would not use this 5th level item himself, but it was just right for Lin Ro. In this way, it would be difficult for people in the second awakening realm to hurt her. Then Chu Wei continued to collect things from the treasure house. However, when Chu Wei was collecting, Chu Wei did not notice that there was a pair of beautiful and gentle big eyes that had been silently looking at Chu Wei. The master is so good to me. I wish I could stay with the master for the rest of my life. The owner of these beautiful big eyes was Lin Ro. Swoosh. Swoosh. Chu Wei quickly moved all the treasures in the treasure house into his system space. I really made a fortune this time. Chu Wei smiled. Although Chu Wei did not look closely when he was collecting just now, he remembered that there were 2 6th level items among the things he had just collected. 6th level items are expensive, and they cost more than 100,000 Lingyu coins. If he sold everything he got from the treasure house today, Chu Wei felt that he would suddenly become a rich man. Maybe it's the kind of person who can cook with money, make a bed with money. The kind of rich person who can kill people with money. However, just when Chu Wei thought he had emptied the entire treasure house and was ready to leave with satisfaction, Chu Wei suddenly found that there was a secret door at the side door of the treasure house. Is there any treasure in here? Chu Wei looked at the secret door. This secret door was also made of steel, and he didn't know what material was added. The whole thing looked like it had many protruding spikes. Such a secret door, I'm afraid only a strong man in the king realm like Xiao Heijiao can force it open. Blast it open, Chu Wei said directly to Xiao Heijiao. Boom, with a sound, the secret door was directly opened by Xiao Heijiao's tail. Wow! The moment it was opened, a dazzling blood-red light shot out from the secret door. It immediately illuminated Chu Wei and others into a bright red blood color. Chu Wei hurriedly looked inside the door. He was slightly surprised to see a half-man-high circular altar in the secret door. On the altar were countless blood-red hexagonal crystals, which were the blood crystals that Chu Wei had used to complete the envoy mission before. But the number of blood crystals here was too huge, and the half-man-high altar was piled up like a small mountain. With so many blood crystals piled together, the blood-colored light illuminated the entire dark room. It looked both weird and a bit scary. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 608. After all, these blood crystals are condensed from the blood of humans or mutant beasts. So many blood crystals must have killed so many lives. Chu Wei walked into the altar and saw that it was not ordinary. There was a formation on the altar, just like a light column, and the blood crystals were in the light column, in the formation. There were stars flashing on the light column of the formation, and Chu Wei looked at it carefully. At first glance, Chu Wei opened his eyes and was surprised to find that the stars flashing on the light column were the same as the stars he had seen on the alien spacecraft. These stars belong to the stars in the sky of science fiction star. You must know that science fiction star is an alien star, so is this formation set up by the people of science fiction star? Just when Chu Wei was confused, Chu Wei could clearly see that the blood crystals in the formation would automatically decrease by one every once in a while. The reduced blood crystals were sent to another place by this formation. Chu Wei saw the function of this formation. This is a teleportation formation, and it is a super teleportation formation. The general teleportation array can only teleport 100 miles or 1,000 miles, which is the range of a city. But Chu Wei could feel that the distance of this teleportation array might be the distance of a country or a continent. Such a teleportation array might be a 7th level array or above. There are probably not many people who can set up such an array, not to mention the entire central continent, even the entire Earth might not have one. This array is definitely not set up by Heiundeo, he doesn't have this ability. Chu Wei has seen many big figures now, such as Yan Zhenjun, such as the giant beast, or the Red Army they call. Chu Wei knows that these people are the real big figures on Earth now. People like Hyundai are just trash among trash in the eyes of those big figures. Who set up this array? This array is used to transmit blood coagulation, which means that someone is collecting blood coagulation crystals. But blood coagulation crystals are only 4th level materials. Why would a big man who can set up a 7th level array collect this material? Chu Wei couldn't figure it out. Could it be that this blood coagulation crystal has some uses and secrets that I don't know about? Chu Wei frowned slightly. Then he said to the little black dragon, Xiao He, you hit this formation and see if you can break it. Although Chu Wei knew that the chances were slim, he still had to try. There were so many blood coagulation crystals. If he absorbed them, it would probably be enough to make his realm improve a lot. Boom! The little black dragon swung his tail, but the formation didn't move at all. Ah! It can't be broken, the little black dragon shook his tail. When the little black dragon hit it with his tail, even a mountain would be smashed. But just now it even hurt its own tail, and the formation didn't move. It can be seen how strong this formation is. Chu Wei frowned slightly and looked at the light column formation on the altar in front of him. It was just as he thought. This formation was too strong. Not to mention himself, even a strong man like the little black dragon couldn't open it. Perhaps no one in the whole central continent could open it. Whoosh! Whoosh! 2 spots of light appeared in the formation. 2 blood crystals floated up in the formation. Then, whoosh, they disappeared as if out of thin air. 2 more blood crystals disappeared. No one knew where they were transported to by this powerful formation. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 609. Chu Wei looked at the pile of huge blood coagulation crystals in front of him and took a deep breath. This Blackwing sect actually has such a formation. It seems that the Blackwing sect is definitely not simple. The power behind me is definitely beyond your imagination. Chu Wei couldn't help but think of what the Gongxi AI said when he died. The force in Gongxi AI's words must be the Blackwing sect, but although the Blackwing sect here is not small in scale, it is definitely not unimaginable. There is only one possibility, Chu Wei said softly, maybe the Blackwing sect here is just a branch. The real headquarters of the Blackwing sect is still in other places, or on other continents. And the blood coagulation crystals in these formations are sent to the real headquarters of the Blackwing sect. Chu Wei's eyes suddenly widened, and he suddenly felt that he might have accidentally discovered and offended a huge secret organization. An organization that can deploy 7th level formations, an absolutely powerful organization. My actions today can be regarded as completely offending the Blackwing sect, and a war may break out in the future. Chu Wei frowned slightly when he thought of this. But then Chu Wei whispered to himself, no matter how powerful you are, it doesn't matter if you don't offend me. If you dare to offend me, I will step on you severely. As soon as he finished speaking, Chu Wei headed directly outside. Forget it if you can't get the blood coagulation crystal. Chu Wei made a prompt decision and prepared to evacuate. They have spent a lot of time here, and Hyundai will definitely come back immediately after he finds out that he has been deceived. After Chu Wei left, the room was still illuminated by bloody light. In the light beam formation with the star pattern, blood coagulating crystals are being transported to unknown distances. It's so mysterious. Outside the treasure house. Chu Wei and others stepped out of the treasure house. Brush, they saw a large group of people in darkness outside the treasure house, perhaps thousands in number. They were all men in black robes, and the leader among them was Protector Zhou. You are not the cow messenger, Guardian Zhou looked at Chu Wei and said calmly. At this moment, he didn't know that the new messenger who punched Messenger Lu, kicked Zhang Bijun, and violently beat up the right protector a few days ago was not the original new messenger at all. At the same time, Protector Zhou glanced at the little black dragon on Chu Wei's shoulder. When he saw the black dragon, even though he had the strength of the 5th level of the Ultimate Awakener, he felt waves of danger. This is an ancient species. Who is this person pretending to be a cow messenger? At the same time, among the thousands of men in black robes, those at the envoy level suddenly realized after hearing Protector Zhou's words, it turns out that this person is not a fierce man. He is a fake. Let me tell you, how can a real Niu Meng be so powerful, especially if Niu Meng is so timid? But this person is so domineering. I've seen it a long time ago, but I didn't say it out loud. I've already seen that Niu Meng will be different after he comes back this time. I have already noticed that this fake and awesome person walks with the wind. He looks like an awesome character at first glance. I have already recognized his temperament. You are all hindsight. I am the first person who felt that he was different. The person who spoke was Wu Er, who was intimidated by Chu Wei's eyes. Wu Er said, I saw the look in his eyes that day, do you know? It was a look like a god of death. Fortunately, I was so excited that I didn't continue to provoke him. Otherwise, the one lying on the hospital bed now would not be Brother Jun, but me. I am wise. Wu Er looked proud. Chu Wei raised his eyes and glanced lightly at the thousands of black-robed men blocking him in front of him. Although there were many of them, the only one he could see in his eyes was the Zhou Guardian. When Chu Wei looked at the thousands of black-robed men in front of him with indifferent eyes, except for the Zhou Guardian, the rest of these black-robed men did not dare to look at Chu Wei. Chu Wei is like a lion. The lion only needs a faint look, and the weak will naturally be afraid. Ding. The host's temperament shocks everyone everywhere, no one dares to move, and the reward is 10 points of spiritual energy crystals. The current spiritual energy crystals are 21 points/160 points. The current level 5 of the second awakening person. Super God system becomes infinitely stronger. Author, Shu Xiangzike. Chapter 610. Let's go, Chu Wei said lightly in front of thousands of enemies. Swoosh. The little black dragon spit out a black cloud, wrapped Chu Wei and others away. The left protector looked up and clenched his fists. As an ultimate awakener, it was the first time that he was despised by others, but then he sighed. He knew that he was no match for the black dragon, and the other party was very kind not to kill him. In this way, Chu Wei walked away in front of thousands of black-robed people. Although there were many black-robed people, no one dared to chase him. After all, no one dared to go up and die. 10 or 20 minutes later, a fast figure came to the door of the treasury. After this figure came, he immediately hurried into the treasury. This figure was the black-robed leader who hurried back after discovering that he had been fooled. He Yun said. Who is it? Who is it? They actually used such a despicable and shameless plan, tricked me and chased me for a long time, and actually came to steal my treasure house. I am so angry. The treasury was filled with a roar of anger. The treasury, which was originally magnificent, looked dilapidated after Chu Wei left. The treasury was full of broken glass, and the weapons and armor in the cabinets were all gone. There were only racks for weapons left, which looked like bear commanders who were stripped of their clothes, which was very funny. This person is so hateful, he even took away my teacup as a treasure, he is so sad and crazy. He really didn't leave me a hair, what a cruel heart. Hyundai shook his head repeatedly in pain. You'd better not be found by me, otherwise, I must kill you and feed you to the dogs. My treasures. The huge roar of Hyundai can be heard clearly throughout the dark city. However, when the black clouds were howling, Chu Wei and the little black dragon had already flown thousands of miles and arrived in a city in Wanfan country. The matter of the Black Wing cult was temporarily over, and the treasure house and the Rongling grass had been obtained by Chu Wei. Chu Wei's next goal was of course to break the last material of the conferred god formation, the Earth Explosion Fruit. The Earth Explosion Fruit was in the hands of the Mutant Ape Clan, and the Bai family was about to go to war with the Mutant Ape Clan. Chu Wei decided to rest here first, and then find a way to get the Earth Explosion Fruit. Of course, there was also the King's Soldier in the hands of the Mutant Ape Clan leader. In addition to these, there was another thing to deal with, that is, what should Lin Ro do? Lin Ro, where is your hometown? Do you really have no impression at all? After finding a hotel in the city to stay, Chu Wei asked Lin Ro. No, Lin Ro shook her head. Chu Wei was helpless, she didn't remember anything in the past, and he couldn't send her back to her home. Master, do you not want Lin Ro anymore? Lin Ro suddenly asked. Chu Wei was speechless. He couldn't always take her with him, could he? He still had to get stronger. Chu Wei looked at Lin Ro, only to see Lin Ro's beautiful face looking down at the ground, and she said aggrievedly, is it because Lin Ro didn't do well, so the master doesn't want Lin Ro anymore? Chu Wei didn't know how to answer, and looked at Lin Ro. It must be because Lin Ro didn't do well, so the master doesn't want me anymore. Lin Ro, who lowered her head, suddenly shed tears. In Lin Ro's eyes, Chu Wei was the best person to her. If Chu Wei didn't want her anymore, she didn't know where to go. No. No, Chu Wei said hurriedly, feeling a headache.